Hi, I'm Olivia from Wilkinson Cameras, and today we have the new and awaited Sigma 70-200 F2.8 DG/DN/OS lens in Sony E-mount. This is one of Sigma's sports lenses, making it super fast with autofocus, a compact body with a robust build quality and a constant f2.8 aperture throughout the focal length. Professionals photographing sports, wildlife, weddings and even live events will really enjoy this lens. It's available in Sony E-mount and L-mount. I've got the Sony E-mount version with me today with the Sony A7 IV. So today I have Kaine behind the camera from our sales team, and shortly we have Jasmine joining us, who will be our model for today. And we are also in the Winter Gardens in Blackpool. Anthony very kindly let us film in here, so that's great. With this lens being a super fast lens, I thought we could test it against some jumps and high leaps to see how sharp it really is. Let me know in the comments what your verdict is and if you think this lens tops the Sony 70-200 F2.8 G Master Mark II lens. 3, 2, 1. So far, I'm mega impressed. First impressions is that it is light for a 70-200 f2.8 lens. The build quality is really slick and it feels nice to use. And for £1,000 less expensive than the Sony G Master Mark II lens, well, I guess we'll see if it's as good as or better than the Sony once I put it to the test today. This lens has launched at £1,499, which for a 70-200 f2.8 is just crazy. The Sony G Master Mark II is currently retailing for £2,499, so there is a big jump in price. So let's outline some top features. We have an ultra high performance low dispersion glass, a unique floating focus system, fast, accurate and near silent autofocus, reduced flare and ghosting, and it's weather resistant, which luckily we're not testing today. For video, there is a natural looking focus shift, so you don't get that super distracted pull when pulling focus from one subject to another. And then the obvious, a constant f2.8 aperture throughout the focal range, making this lens super versatile and fast to focus. Starting with image quality, the ultra high performance low dispersion glass includes 6 FLD and 2 SLD elements, giving you that crisp sharpness throughout the zoom range, corner to corner. There's also 3 spherical glass elements to further improve the optical performance, which will help reduce spherical aberration in your images. As for distortion and vignetting, I will test that today, but Sigma say it's extremely minimal and the chromatic aberration is very well controlled, especially in high contrast areas. I'm going to quickly jump on the voiceover to mention that I didn't notice any chromatic aberration or vignetting in any of the images. Kaine also used the lens and said the image quality was supreme, tack sharp across the frame and a lovely bokeh throughout the zoom range. Kaine uses Sigma glass in his own personal kit, and let's just say he was super impressed. So much so, he's placed an order to get one himself. Moving on to the focus capabilities, this lens features a unique floating focus system which essentially reduces internal movement by half, providing fast, accurate and near silent focusing. This is also helped with the 2 focusing groups, each using HLA motor, moving opposite directions when focusing. This is perfect for photographing fast-moving subjects such as sports, wildlife, aviation and dancers, of course. My overall opinion on the focus capabilities of this lens is that it's super tacky, pretty much glued to the model's eyes the entire shoot. The focus was very quick, almost instant, which lends itself perfectly to those photographers shooting fast action. The design, as mentioned earlier, is nice and sleek. This lens is weather resistant with rubber seals to keep dust and moisture out, which is great for shooting in challenging weather conditions. The lens streamlined optical and mechanical design uses high quality materials specifically designed to resist changes in temperature and improve durability. The lens and hood are constructed with a multi-material structure that using carbon fibre reinforced plastic and thermally stable composite, resulting in a lightweight design. This lens weighs a total of 1,345 grams. The CFRP is a strong and lightweight material which will help against any damage, which remaining lightweight of course. The TSC material will help with the performance of the lens in bad weather conditions, like the freezing temperatures of the Arctic to the hot Saharan deserts. Moving on to the functions, there's 3 customizable buttons: focus mode switch, focus limiter switch, an OS switch, a custom mode switch, and lastly an aperture ring click switch. This allows you to have better control over your aperture ring, whether you wish to have a smooth or rigid feel when using it. On the other side of the lens is an aperture ring lock switch. As you can see, there's an aperture ring and a zoom ring, which, can I add, is an internal zoom. This makes the lens easy to handle when shooting handheld, not to mention using it on a gimbal. The balance remains the same throughout the focal length, which is just great. The lens also includes a tripod mount, which is Arca Swiss compatible and is detachable from the lens. Also included is a lens hood, which is super lightweight and great quality. The top of the hood is rubberized to protect the lens from abrasion and scratches. Sigma have included the latest OS2 optical stabilization algorithm in this model, which essentially means that there's 7.5 stops at the wide end and 5.5 stops of stabilization at the telephoto end, which is just crazy. The lens is equipped with 2 OS modes, one being suitable for general shooting, and mode 2 is ideal for panning shots, which is great for motorsports and other sports. I absolutely loved using this lens today. It is super lightweight for this type of lens. From what I can see on the back of the LCD screen, the sharpness is tack sharp, and for focusing, it really didn't struggle at all. Super fast and sharp. I'm very impressed. To say it's £1,000 less expensive than the Sony G Master Mark II, I'd be swayed to get the Sigma personally. However, I feel I would have to do a side-by-side comparison between the two because the G Master Mark II is also a great lens. So let me know in the comments what you think of the lens. Do you like what this lens has to offer? Is it something you're interested in purchasing? Let me know and I will try my best to reply to you all. If you're local or live in the UK, then don't forget to check out your local Wilkinson Cameras store and even browse over on our website for more information. I'll pop a link in the description box below. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. We're eternally grateful for all the love recently on our channel, and it is rapidly growing and we absolutely love that. So please do subscribe. So until next time, I'll see you all soon. Thanks for watching.